What if I told you that everything you've been taught about manifestation is backwards? That instead of trying to force your desires into reality, there's a way to become so aligned with the creative power of the universe that your desires manifest as naturally as breathing? The brilliant philosopher Thomas Troward discovered something that most people miss completely. In his profound work, the Edinburgh Lecture Series, he revealed what he called thinking in the absolute. This method is so powerful that it bypasses every limitation you think you have. Before we dive into this life-changing teaching, please hit that like button. Let me know in the comments what country you're watching from. It's wonderful to see how far this ancient wisdom is traveling across the globe. I know you've tried everything. You've visualized until your head hurt. You've written in gratitude journals. You've repeated affirmations in the mirror. You've tried to feel as if you already have what you want. And yet here you are, still searching, still struggling, still wondering why everyone else seems to have the secret except you. The frustration is real. The disappointment cuts deep. You start to wonder if there's something fundamentally wrong with you, or if this whole manifestation thing is just wishful thinking for people who got lucky. But what if I told you the reason these methods haven't worked isn't because you're doing them wrong? It's because they're based on a fundamental misunderstanding of how creation actually works. Here's what Troward discovered that changes everything. You've been trying to create from the world of effects instead of the world of causes. Listen carefully to what he wrote. The conscious use of the creative power of thought consists in the attainment of the power of thinking in the absolute, which is the region of causes, while the relative is the region of conditions. Most manifestation techniques keep you trapped in the relative, in the world of how will this happen, and when will this come, and what if it doesn't work. But Troward found that the universe operates from a completely different plane. The absolute, where there is no time, no space, no limitation. Here's the game changer. When you think from the absolute, you're not trying to get something you don't have. You're recognizing what already exists in the realm of pure possibility and allowing it to manifest through you. If you're ready to embrace this radical shift in understanding, write "I am ready to understand" in the comments below. Let me break this down in a way that will change how you see everything. Troward taught that there are two types of mind: the objective mind, which deals with the physical world, and the subjective mind, which is pure creative power. Here's the crucial part. Your subjective mind doesn't know the difference between what you vividly imagine and what is physically real. As Troward put it, the subjective mind is the builder of the body, and it will build your reality based on whatever beliefs you impress upon it. But here's where most people go wrong. They try to use their objective mind, the part that analyzes and judges, to convince their subjective mind. It's like trying to plant a seed by arguing with the soil about whether it will grow. The absolute is different. It's the realm where, as Troward said, at every moment of time, all spirit is concentrated at any point in space that we may choose to fix our thought upon. In the absolute, your desire isn't something you're trying to get. It already exists as a perfect spiritual prototype, waiting to be expressed. Think of it this way. A sculptor doesn't create the statue. The statue already exists within the marble. The sculptor simply removes everything that isn't the statue. Similarly, your desire already exists in the infinite field of possibility. Your job isn't to create it, but to remove everything in your consciousness that denies its existence. This is why Troward emphasized what he called the elimination of the idea of time. He wrote, "We must think of the thing as already in actual existence, not as something that will happen, but as something that is." If this is making sense to you, comment with "The old way is gone." Now let me give you the exact method Troward taught for thinking in the absolute. This is something you can do tonight, and it will change how you relate to your desires forever. Step 1. Enter the silence. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and begin to think of yourself not as a physical body with problems and limitations. Think of yourself as Troward described, as pure being, as that entity which interiorly supports the outward manifestation. Step 2. Rise to the absolute. Instead of thinking about your desire, think from your desire. Don't see yourself getting it. Be yourself having it. Troward was clear. We must impress upon our subjective mind the idea of that which we desire quite apart from any conditions. Step 3. The spiritual prototype. Spend time in this state of being. Feel the naturalness of it. As Troward taught, we are thus planting a seed which, if left undisturbed, will infallibly germinate into external fruition. You're not trying to make something happen. You're creating what he called a spiritual nucleus that begins to attract its physical counterpart. Step 4. Release and trust. This is crucial. Once you've impressed this spiritual prototype on your subjective mind, release it completely. Troward warned against trying to help the process along through worry or force. He said our mistakes resolve themselves into distrusting this law. I remember working with a woman who had been struggling financially for years. She had tried every manifestation technique, but nothing worked because she was always focused on her current lack. When she learned to think in the absolute, to spend time each day simply being prosperous rather than trying to get prosperity, everything shifted. Within weeks, unexpected opportunities began flowing to her. The prototype she created in consciousness began expressing itself in her external world. Now here's what's going to happen. Your logical mind is going to rebel. It's going to say, this is ridiculous. Nothing has changed. You're just deluding yourself. This is normal, and Troward addressed it directly. He explained that doubt creates what he called a fresh spiritual prototype of an opposite character, which neutralizes the one first formed. The key is understanding that you're working with natural law, just like gravity. You don't doubt whether an acorn will become an oak tree. You trust the principle of growth. Troward wrote, a correct understanding of this law of growth is of the highest importance. The great fact to be realized regarding nature is that it is natural. In the days after you begin this practice, don't look for your full desire to appear immediately. Instead, watch for what Troward called movement, synchronicities, opportunities, people saying unexpected things, doors opening that were previously closed. These are signs that your spiritual prototype is beginning to express itself in the physical world. To affirm your trust in this process, write "I trust the process" in the comments. Here's what happens when you truly grasp this teaching. You stop being someone who wants something and become someone who already is something. You stop begging the universe and start commanding reality from the level of first cause. As Troward beautifully expressed it, by rightly estimating our relation to the divine universal mind, we can gradually grow into any conditions we desire, provided we first make ourselves in habitual mental attitude the person who corresponds to those conditions. This isn't just about getting things. This is about remembering who you really are. You are not a small, limited being hoping the universe might throw you some scraps. You are, in Troward's words, an individualization of pure spirit with the same creative power that brings galaxies into existence. The universe isn't something separate from you that you need to convince or cajole. As Troward discovered, our individual subjective mind may be regarded as our personal share in the universal subjective mind. You are the universe expressing itself as you. When you truly understand this, when you stop trying to get what you want and start being who you are, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. You don't manifest despite your circumstances. You manifest through your recognition of your true nature as unlimited creative spirit. This is the lost teaching of Thomas Troward. Stop trying to change your conditions. Change your consciousness, and your conditions will have no choice but to change themselves. If this message has awakened something within you, if you can feel the truth of your unlimited nature stirring in your soul, please like this video to help it reach others who are ready for this teaching. Share it with someone who needs to hear that they are more powerful than they ever imagined. And subscribe to continue this journey of remembering your true creative power. The universe is not happening to you. It is happening as you. Step into the absolute, claim your birthright, and watch as reality reshapes itself around your awakened consciousness. Remember, you are not trying to get anything. You are everything learning to recognize itself.